Thank you for the panel. It was the closure panel of the whole conference, and I have to say that it was just exactly what I wanted it to be. It is just looking into the future, having lessons learned from the past, and to my really great pleasure, somewhat optimistic. Thank you for that. Dear President, dear ministers, dear ambassadors, dear participants, and first and foremost, dear friends, it is time to finish this conference and to say the final words. It has been 3 days, and I think that, and I hope for, that it is offered everybody something, either new ideas, either new friends, either something to think about. What we can see here is that for a second year in a row, Ukraine is in the center of our attention. I personally dream of a day when Ukraine will be boring European country, nothing to speak about, but it seems that it is still far away. The topic of Ukraine and the war in Ukraine is a painful topic, and we need to remember that every day when we speak about it, there are people who lose their lives. But it has also initiated many processes and made visible hidden undercurrents. And the conference has also dealt with these undercurrents and these new processes. If we speak about the role of US, what has much discussed here during the conference, on one hand, we can see, as Fiona Hill put it, that some kind of America fatigue can be felt in global sense, and many controversial opinions rise. But on the other hand, it is also very clear that there is necessity for America for to think about themselves and to introspection inside their society, so that we can better understand who they are. In Europe, I was really happy that there was many allusions to the title of a conference, Incipit Vita Nova. In Europe, it is somehow we can still feel that even if there is much pain, even if we are on different pages often, there is some kind of new breath and new energy what can be felt. And it is like also the well forgotten, but the basis what has always been there. And it is the basis of morality and values. And in this context, I would like to say another quote of Dante. I really liked it, but I couldn't find the proper panel where to put it. And anyway, it was too long. But the quote says, "The darkest places in hell are reserved for those who maintain their neutrality in times of moral crisis." And I would like to I would like to really believe that we live up to it and do not reserve ourselves the darkest places. I'm happy for Timothy Cartonash, who unwaveringly feels optimism about Europe, and even in places where Brexit has happened, he he just like keeps saying that bon courage. So it is one of the aims of this conference was to have a broader look, and it is also as Fiona said that it is we do not even have the right term. She called it the rest. We said it's global south. As Dr. Juma just mentioned, it's lazy thinking. I do agree. So, but I do think that it is still the positive move to have this dialogue here on neutral spot of land in Estonia, and we really need to find the best model how to proceed. And I personally, as also it was the Global South panel here, it was kind of, we saw that there could have been really, there can be the way forward, what we can share. Lennart Meri has told that politics is a factory producing the future. And in this factory, we all have our smaller or greater jobs to do. We all have our roles, rights, and also obligations. And so Lennart Meri Conference has tried to give its little contribution to working out these policies, to enhance the discussion, to mitigate hostilities, and to really pave the way for better tomorrow. And it is my last conference. And organizing this event for 5 years, I know it sounds like a trafferet. In my case, I mean it, that it has been a huge privilege. And I'm honored and humbled that I had this possibility. I also want to thank Lennart Meri family for trusting me just to give the legacy and just to work with Lennart Meri's legacy. I do hope that that it has been sufficiently done. Thanks. It is collective effort. It's not me. It is just that I have had the best team that I can imagine of. But I want to thank the institution with whom I have worked throughout the year. And if I say institution, it doesn't mean that I work with institutions, I work with people. And behind every institution, there are my personal friends, my personal colleagues, the contacts, who has always been very supportive, either producing the ideas, either trying to find the best way to find the best way for different kinds of problems. So I want to thank my home, ICDS, also President's Office, Government Office, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Prime Minister Office, Minister of Defense, General Staff, and many others who have been involved to this. I want to thank sponsors and partners without whom it has been absolutely impossible, and who has been also for years my good friends. I want to thank the hotel here, whose commitment and flexibility has been just amazing. It is the team under the leadership of Vitaly and Anastasia and Rina, also the chef whose delicious food I I think that you have all managed to enjoy. René, I really thank you for making this hotel home for Lennart Meri conference. I want to thank RGB, our technical partner, under the leadership of Ivar. It's in impeccable work, and whatever there was the questions, they were just, the solutions made were the best ones. And then I want to thank the photographers, makeup maker Piret, who just, thanks to whom I do not look like who I really am, total wreck. So, and I really thank my closest team, Maret and Pia, Merili and Liisi, Mart, Tõnis, Tony, Andres, Kristi, Tetjana, Piret, and the whole volunteers. I think that it is the place where we should now applaud, because it has been impeccable. I also thank Kadri and Riina, whom most of you knows here, my predecessors on the post of Lennart Meri, directors of Lennart Meri conference. But it is not only that. I mean that if they would not have approved my wish to take this post, I would have not. It was only while they said me that they promised to help me, I dared to take it. And their unwavering support has been of primary importance for me. So I just want to thank them for advice, warnings, and good ideas. And last but absolutely not least, I want to thank speakers, moderators, participants here, because actually it is you who make this conference, and it is thanks to you that it exists. And it was, maybe I was a bit egoist, but for this year, I invited here the people I wanted to see the most. So it has been really my pleasure. All those who accepted the invitation, I really, really wanted to be you there. I want to introduce the new director of Lennart Meri conference, who will be in charge. And her name is Minna-Lina Lind. She's here. And I think that it is not event what she's taken over, it's a lifestyle. This year's Lennart Meri conference, the titles, as you might see, were taken from literary. It was on literary note. It was quotes from literature, and it is. I think that it is only right to also finish on literary note. It is from Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to Galaxy. I want to say you that's so long, and thanks for all the fish.